Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Heather and we are a fun, fabulous sewing channel where we do all kinds of different projects. We chat, sometimes more than people like, and we always make it through. Sometimes we have oopsies, sometimes it goes super smooth. We leave it all out here on the table because I value honesty, and that's what I like to bring to all of you. So thanks for joining me here today. We are, I'm kicking off like a mini bag series. I love tiny things. I love them. I really like them. We're going to do a free pattern today and a super beginner friendly pattern, but we're doing it a little different than you might have seen it traditionally done before. So today we're doing the Alexia Wristlet from UPCYCLE patterns, and I'll have the pattern linked in the description box, so definitely, and all the things, so make sure you check that out. We're doing it at 70%, so it's small. This is meant to be a wristlet, like a normal size wristlet. We're making it at 70%, and it is so cute, so cute. Okay, so there's that. And also today we are using a recycled jean material for the first time. So let me tell you, my son is 14 and he is very tall, like pushing 6 feet. I am 5'4". So anyways, there's that. I haven't grown since I was 12. He is growing constantly, and he has these very nice jeans that he is growing out of all the time, like these ones. So we're going to be doing some jean projects here coming up too. So I guess we're kicking off like jean and mini bag, but they won't always go together. So I've never done this. I've never sewn with jean material, but I cut up his jeans because these are expensive. And I just wanted to be able to make some things with this fabric instead of getting rid of it or donating it. I was like, you know what, we can repurpose it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're repurposing my very tall son's jeans. So anyways, these are really long, and we're gonna have a lot of material. We're gonna have a lot. So that's what that's kind of what we're up to today. I'm gonna show you the Alexia Wristlet here in a second. We have made this before in the channel, but we made it as a belt bag when we went to the PBR. So when you see it here in a second, it's totally different. We're making 2 versions today also. I'll show you one version. Look how cute. Okay. I mean, like, so cute. We also took some inspo from a designer bag that I recently saw for our quilting. So it was like straight up and down and then one side diagonal. And I'm like, yep, here for that. Got to try that out. So yes, that's what we're doing. We're making 2 different versions today. You'll see the other one here in a second. I just wanted you to see, like, size-wise kind of what it looked like. So it's very much like a pouch that you can add onto your keys. That's what we've made it as, basically. And you know, it's not going to hold your cell phone, but it will hold your other goodies, your lipstick, your lip gloss, your money, all your cards, and hook right onto your keys. So it's really awesome. It can also hook right inside a big bag. You know, we add this little, you could put a D-ring on here, but I didn't want to. I wanted to be able to attach some gate rings to it, which we'll do sort of at the end. And just like a different way to use the same pattern. I think that's also really important when you're sewing, is definitely the free patterns. You want them, especially if you're a beginner, because you'll learn new things. This has these curves on the bottom, which are awesome. And if you've never sewn a curve before, this is a great starter curve pouch because it's just a zip pouch, but it has corners, and we're doing things a little bit different on them. And I'll walk you through that when we get to the machine, so you don't have to figure it out yourself. But yeah, and then resizing, rethinking patterns that you already have is also a really great way to build your sewing skills. And I do that all the time. I am always looking at what we have and thinking, what can we do with this that's a little bit different? So that's what we're doing here today. Before we get into sewing too, I just wanted to let you guys know, in the description box also, I'm going to drop A lot of people have been asking me how they can share when they make things from the channel, when they make the patterns that I'm giving you guys, when they get their orders, like how can they share these things with me? And so I started a Facebook group. And I'm going to apologize ahead of time because I'll probably be really slow at letting people in, but I'm going to drop that group link, whatever it is, in the description box as well. So if you have been following along, you're a subscriber, you're making things, you're wanting to share them, you wanting to share photos, things like that, that will be the group that you can do it in. It'll be the easiest way for sort of our whole sewing community here to interact with me and with each other, and a really nice, fun, positive space. So I'm excited to finally get that going. Sorry it took me so long. I just have so much going on. So it might take me a bit to accept you in. Don't get mad at me, I promise. I'll get to it. So yeah, and this is all because of you guys. So thank you all so much for being here. Let's head on over to the machine, take a look at our materials, and get going on our 2 free Alexia Wristlet at 70% pouches. All right, so we're at the machine, and before we sort of get into any of this sewing, I had this it was called the Coastal Cowgirl pack of patches, and so I kind of just dumped them all out, which is what I'm cleaning up now. And we're gonna make 2 different versions, like I said, of these little mini pouches that are perfect for summer and all year round. So we'll just put those away. All right, so I had a huge pack of those, and basically picked out a couple, and we're gonna go ahead and away from here, but I wanted to show you guys over at our table with our press, our iron. We're gonna iron these on, and we just it's so kind of like a hat, you know, like those trucker hats, and they have all the patches. I have gone down a rabbit hole watching videos, and I'm not gonna lie, I tried a hat, tried to make one, did not work. It didn't. It was really bad. But I'm good at bags, so I was like, you know what, I can do that same thing on a bag, and it's gonna have this really cool result. So these are the jeans that you heard me talk about just a few minutes ago that were my son's and were way too expensive to do anything but make into pretty bags. So this is one version of the pouch we're gonna make. I made a little connector. We're gonna use gate rings here. We could also actually probably use I made bag charms, and those had carabiners that were really fancy, so you could also hook a carabiner in here, pretty much anything, but we're not going to put like a D-ring or anything. We're just going to leave this as it is so we can hook something in, or I can hook onto our keys, whatever it is. So we're going to have this loop here, and this I cut at 2.5 inches in length and 1 inch wide, and then I have just pre-sewed these together. So I just sort of folded it into the center, but it's such a small space that you're never going to see that sort of raw edge. It's not going to be a big deal. So again, these I cut to 2.5 inches long by 1 inch wide, and I just fold it over into the center. That's going to be the same for both. And then we're using number 3 zipper tape. So for this pouch, we have this blue that sort of matches our Coastal Cowgirl vibe. And I will link everything that I can in the description box below. So just make sure that you expand that. Oh, you know what? We forgot to turn our light on. I'm like, why is it so dark over here? Hey, there we go. Sorry guys. So yeah, make sure you expand to the description box to check for any materials. I like using number 3 zippers when we're not doing tabs, when we're going to sew right over the zip, because it's really small teeth, and so I just find it easier. And then we've got some hex ripstop. Again, Coastal Cowgirl vibes here, you guys. Perfect for right now, which is June when we're making this. So yeah, this has a shiny side and then a not so shiny side, but kind of pretty much the same. You could use whichever side you want. I really enjoy this material. It sews up so nice. I think this came from Sewful Therapy. I think. I'll check before I link it. All right, so that's our Coastal Cowgirl version. Like I said, I'm off camera gonna just stitch those down. And then our second version that we're gonna do today is the sort of designer inspired version. So once again, we've got number 3 zip tape. We've got that same connector style done exactly the same way. We have our ripstop, and this is in a tan color. This is slightly different. It's not as shiny, and this is an Ottertex ripstop, so it's got that coating on the back of it. This came from Fabric Wholesale Direct. I also really like this. It sews pretty well. And then I've quilted one, but we're gonna quilt one together. This is our sort of designer style pouch. So I get those emails, right, that tell you what's new, what's hip, what's popular this week. And one of the designer sites had this sort of quilt on it where it was straight down, and then instead of going both ways diagonal, just this one way. And so I wanted to try it. We also used Tex 45 weight thread for the first time that we got from Waywack in colored Desert Sands. So you can see it's variegated. It's got like lighter tones, wider tones, darker tones. And so I haven't used Tex 45 in my machine, and we'll go over the machine before we start sewing. So I wanted to try it, and I think it looks really awesome. I'm such a fan. I also love this quilt. I think it's so cool. So we're gonna quilt one panel together. And then we'll be able to stitch up our bags. And I think we might actually stick with Desert Sands thread across the board because we did already use it for our connector. And so it'll sort of match. Plus it's like a sand color, and it matches Coastal Cowgirl and obviously matches our designer style pouch over here. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's go over our machine, and then I will be adhering our patches so that we can sort of move forward with both of our pouches here. So our machine, you guys, a Juki TL 2010Q. Like I said, we're using Tex 45 weight thread in the top and the bobbin in color Desert Sands from Waywack. I don't know, I don't know how you say it. That's how we say it, and that's what I'm sticking with. We have a Microtex 9014 needle, and we are using our tank foot. The number on the side is KT141. In case you're looking for it, I can't tell you where it came from because the place I bought it years ago, and it's not available anymore. So that's unhelpful too. We also have a thick throat plate on. So if you have a Juki TL 2010Q, I always sew with a thick throat plate since I got one for my birthday this year. It has a little bit wider hole, so when you are sewing through some thicker fabrics and your needle sort of has that slight bend to it, you're less likely to actually hit your throat plate because the hole's bigger. So that's what we're gonna sew with. All right, let's get our patches on and then come back. Okay, so we've adhered our patches. They look so cute, you guys. We just kind of did like a patchwork, and so some are covering others. And this is a lot of what I've seen on hats and things like that. So super cute, hard to go wrong with that. Now here I have drawn our lines, and we drew lines top to bottom 1 inch apart from the left to the right because that's what we did on the front. And then here what we did is we took our Omni Grid, and you can see there are 45-degree angles on here. And so you just line up your bottom of your pouch with that 45. Well, this is what I do. And then you draw a line, and then we draw other diagonal lines just 1 inch apart from that first one, and that's how we get our design. All right, so let's go ahead and quilt. I will speed this part up just a little so that it doesn't take forever, but even on a pouch this size, it is pretty quick in real time also. Okay, so real time, that took about 3 minutes and 45 seconds to quilt all the way down and then all the way across. And we just used our air erasing pen to make those marks, and they've pretty much already disappeared. Also, the batting that we're using to quilt is extra large loft. Extra? It's the one that has lots of fluff. It's the fluffiest one you can get, and it is quilt batting. I get it in rolls, and you can get it from Amazon, you can get it from Walmart. There are a bunch of places that have it available for you to purchase, and usually these rolls last a really long time. They're quite large, quite large, you guys. They take up a lot of space in the studio. It has nothing to do with the fact that we have way too many supplies. I'm just cleaning this up now. Sort of taking off all of our long threads and our extra batting so that we can sew. Okay. All right, we're ready to get going. I don't think it really matters which one we start with, right? Right? We'll do this one. Oh, you know what? We need to do bag tags for sure. So, let's see what we're working with here. I think that one will look good on this. And actually, we could probably go ahead and just put it on the back side of this one also. And I'm just sort of eyeballing. I typically don't put them in the middle because I'm terrible at finding the center of things. So I put them off to the side, and it's just easier for me. But if you can do it, then you should. I don't know, you guys, like, I can't do many things straight, so the less I have to try to get centered, the better. Okay, and then I'll put the other one on when we do the other side, and I want this to be the front. And I would like our little clip to be on the left-hand side because our bag will close to the left. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stitch it in. I'm gonna baste it. Sort of at the angle of the side here. Pretty close to the top. So when it's fully sewn in, that's kind of what it'll look like. Super cute. All right, I just cut more than we needed of our zip tape. So we're gonna take our zipper tape. Oh, you know what? This is actually dirty. That's not gonna work out for us. Let me just grab. So ours, it comes in a roll, a pretty big roll. So we'll just re-roll it out. And I'm just making sure that it's longer than what we need. All right. I'm glad we caught that, you guys. That would have been a bummer if we had used dirty zip tape. All right, so we're gonna take it and we're gonna put the correct side down on our exterior. we'll clip. And then we're going to take our interior, and this is the right side. We're going to put it right sides together. Okay, so right side to right side. And we'll just incorporate it in. This is an easy peasy pouch. We're going to sew at about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And I'm just going to redo sort of over here. It was not exactly a 1/4 because we've got this, or I'll leave it. Looks like it's close enough. Maybe our tab should have gone down slightly more, but that's okay. Put it down more for the next one. All right, we're going to top stitch, so we're just pulling our fabrics away. Obviously, if you're using different material than I am, you can iron it if you wish. And a top stitch is just 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. I'm just going to keep making sure that our material is pulled away. So cute. It kind of, this desert sand kind of reminds me of like jean stitching, you know. There's our back. Just trim our threads and we'll put on our back piece. So here we're just going to make sure that we're lining up with the sides of the pouch and the top of our zip, and we're doing our exterior right sides together. And then we'll come in and we'll grab our interior piece, and that will go right sides together as well. So you can see this is the right side, and so we're putting the right side together here. It's just it's really, technically it's just a simple zip pouch. So super beginner friendly. It's just it's got a cool shape to it. And the fact that we're doing it at 70%, it's going to make it more of like a little accessory than like a bag, which I love. All right, same thing over here. We're going to pull our material away and top stitch. I'm just holding it as we go. There we go. And like I said, we're not doing zip tabs here, so it is pretty simple. I do want it to be closed to the left and open to the right. So I'm going to put the zip on the right hand side here. And this is just like a number 5 zipper tape. And we're going to pull it right in the center. Now we're just closing this baby up, you guys. Easy peasy. So I'm just going to match the top of our exteriors right in here. And clip. Do the same thing on this side. And we're going to clip all the way around. Again, we're in the stage now where we're making a zip pouch. Okay. And we are going to leave a turn hole in the bottom of our interior. And you want your zip tape to be sort of here on the interior side, not on the exterior. All right. So we're going to leave the bottom open to turn our pouch. So we'll start over here. And we're going to sew this part a little more than a 1/4 inch. A 1/4 inch is like my jam, but we don't want a baggy lining, so a little more. And then we'll sort of move ourselves back down to a 1/4 as we get towards the top. We're just going to take our time here. Do not want to break a needle. I feel like every time I say that I end up breaking a needle. And then we're going to do a 1/4 all the way down our exterior and around. Okay, and here on this side we have our connector piece, and so again we're just gonna take our time. It's like not super bulky, but it's bulkier. And I'm just pivoting so that we stay sort of where our fabric is going. And we'll go ahead and increase that seam allowance again. Nice back stitch. All right. Then we're just gonna come in here and make sure that we got everything. It looks like we did. We're gonna go for it. So we can come in and cut off our excess zip tape. Gonna grab our peeking shears. See if we can just trim up these edges a little bit, but not too much because this is denim. We don't want it to fray, but if it can go over itself a little bit. We'll seal these zip ends. And then we're going to reach in. We're going to open our zipper. Sort of grab a corner and push, pull, whatever you need to do to get it out. and just push out all of your corners, your edges. This is typically when I'll break off a gel nail. These are my actual nails, you guys. I need to redo my nail polish, but sometimes they just pop off in like whole bits, which is kind of amazing when you think about it. And then we'll turn out our interior. Again, just pushing out those corners, kind of getting everything out there. And then we'll just put our finger right in the center, and your fabric, material, whatever you're using, it will turn in on itself. And then we'll close up our turn hole. Then you just kind of push it in, make sure it gets down in there to your corners. Okay. Oh, how cute. Look at that, you guys. This is adorable. Okay, we'll add our little rings here afterwards. I'm gonna go ahead and sort of speed sew through our second pouch here, and I will do it at just a little bit of a different angle so you can sort of see a different way that we work on this, and then we'll take a look at both of our pouches all complete. about 15 minutes to sew. And so if you are headed to a market, or you're looking to stock your shelves, or you want to have a bulk amount of things to put on your online shop, these are where it's at, right? These are where it's at. Okay, so here is our cowgirl one, coastal cowgirl. I'm gonna go ahead and take one of our gate rings that you guys know we love. We make so many things with these. And I'm just gonna hook it on here. If I can't see what I'm doing. All right, hooked on. And there we go. So see, you can see it's just like a fun, cute accessory. And you guys, these, they adhered so well to our jean material. They came out so good. I know that they're backwards for you at this moment. They're not actually backwards on the pouch, but we have our little nameplate. Okay, so there's our gate ring one. And then I thought with our designer inspired quilted one, we can take our bag charms that we made the other day, and we're just gonna pop this off, and we'll pop our pouch on. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys. It is so cute. Stop it right now. That is absolutely adorable. Adorable. Okay. Yes. I mean, they all need to be made like this, right? Right? What? So cute. I can't. All right. Well, that's my favorite. Obviously, I mean, the gate ring, you guys know I'm here for this. You can attach so many things to a gate ring, and you can attach this real easy inside of a bag, but I'm here for our bag charms. I am like, look at how cute that looks. I can't get over it. All right. So that was our Alexia wristlets turned into zipper pouches for your keychain. Okay, 70% is what I printed out the pattern piece at, and you watched me. We did this whole thing together twice. Once a little fast and once regular. Also, you need to try this. The quilting. Yes. All right, well, I hope that you guys enjoyed today. I hope that you'll make these. Don't forget to join that Facebook group if you're interested, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. You guys, we're fun. We do really fun things like this all the time, and I love to have you. So thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon.